The new wipe for Exfilzone is here. I'm going to be going in depth of all the patch notes listed for this new wipe so that you can have the knowledge and Lamborghinis lined up on your hideout wall. Hideout? Is it bunker or hideout? All right, first up on the patch notes section, we have a new map and changes to existing maps. It looks like they've added the resort, which is a new map designed with a focus on urban combat, according to them. And it's true. There's buildings that you can enter, multi-story buildings with windows, with overhangs, and rooftop access, and there's really tight, close-quarter combat areas. There's areas on the map that have long-distance combat, and overall, it's just a nice hybrid of the two. And at first glance, one, the map is beautiful with the beach and, you know, being on the ocean side, but the different points of interest all have very specific categories of things that you would expect to find with them. Now, big changes to Metro. Metro now requires an entrance keycard. It's obtainable through raids, or you can buy it from the traders. They've also added airdrops to Suburb, Dam, and Resort. So the chances of these aren't listed and aren't known, but, you know, expect a pretty low chance, but a possibility. But also expect them to be a point of conflict and contention, because one, the airplane's going to make a ton of noise, and two, players are just going to be charging it because they're all going to want to see what's inside there. Find some nice cover nearby and just watch it for a little while. Their next section of the patch notes is marked new features. The safe container, items stored inside the safe container, including the container itself, will not drop when you die. What does this mean? You're gonna have a very small container that you don't get to start with right away, but as you do missions and tasks, you will eventually unlock a small one to begin with. It's a 2x2. And when I say 2x2, I mean they've added a gridded socketing system for this, so you can't do any scumbag techniques to stuff more than you should be able to. They've also added something different from Tarkov, though, with the safe containers, which is keys cannot be contained and placed inside your safe container in Exfilzone. So the equipping sections of this, it can be equipped at the hideout via the relevant terminal. You'll see it. And it's placed on the lower back, so you can grab it from down there from the lower back. The initial safe container can be acquired through completing merchant tasks like we talked about. Their next category of patch notes is the HQ function adjustments, storage space redesign. The weapon wall that we have in our hideout now supports mounting armor, helmets, and backpacks, but it cannot hold accessories. For the shelves, helmets, backpacks, and armor can no longer be stored on regular shelves. So keep that in mind. They will just get transferred to the kiosk if left out there. A new keyboard has been added. They've added a new, it's a key ring. You can hang your keys on this new little storage device. They've added some new dedicated storage boxes. We had the scab junk box before, but now also there's going to be a medical storage box where all of your loose meds, syringes, bandages, anything you can think med related can be placed in one compact location. On top of that, there's an accessory storage box. Now, what's an accessory? Accessories are going to be all your gun attachments. Now you're going to have one box and a place to put all of your gun attachments for easy access. The hideout upgrade system has been redesigned. There's new upgradable perks that have been introduced to the hideout, and some facility upgrades have been transferred or merged. Now, there is a stat wall as well that shows a ton of your stats, and I noticed when looking at that, it told me that I only had one hideout upgrade out of 51-ish. 51 upgrades. That's a lot of upgrades and progression to work towards, and honestly, the more, the better. Players won't as quickly get through everything and find themselves bored with no goal or progression to work towards. They optimized your guys' purchasing experience from traders in the store. There's a new associated purchases option, and what that means is, let's say you select a gun. There's a button now on your trader kiosk that'll say show compatible items, and what it'll do is it's going to show all the attachments, all of the mags, anything that can go onto that gun is conveniently laid out for you. So if you're not a gun nut and you don't want to sit down and learn what goes to what, you don't have to anymore. to know how to build and put together your gun. It's all going to be right there in front of you, very clear, and we love to see that. They also have a direct shipping option, so instead of purchasing items and then having to go downstairs to your kiosk to pull it out of another menu and then put things together there, you can just choose to have it appear right in front of you at the counter of the trader. And same for your armor rigs, your backpacks, your meds. You can just build your kit all in one place up at the traders. There's a new mail system that they've added. Pre-quest items and rewards will now be sent via the mail to the inbox. And temporary storage has been adjusted as well here. I believe they're going to give you about 4 hours, basically, to empty anything out of temporary storage. There's a career stat page. I talked about this a little bit before, but there is a new display on one of our walls inside the hideout that is going to give you very detailed stats of everything that you've done while playing Exfilzone. The ammo loader has had a bit of a change, a quality of life change. Now there is, awesomely, an unloading function on the ammo loader. You find some mags off of a scav, it's got rounds you know you're not going to use because you're a Giga Chad and you just run high-end rounds. You can shove that mag into the ammo loader and hit the unload option. They'll dump right into your ammo boxes if there's room. Moving on to weapon-related updates. There's a new parameter, accuracy MOA. Weapons will exhibit random bullet spread at long distances, emphasis on the long distances based on their accuracy rating. So it's gonna work how you expect. Smaller caliber rounds get swayed by the wind more, don't come out consistently out of the barrel. So the longer the distance, if you're trying to snipe with an SMG, you're gonna be dealing with a bit of inaccuracy as those rounds travel farther and farther away. There's new interactions. The HK slap exists. This is for guns like the MP5, the Evo, the G3, the PSG, etc. Any of those things where the charging handle can get placed in a stuck open position. Give it a slap without pressing any buttons with your VR hand, and it will close that barrel for you. There's a manual bolt lock option. When pulling back the bolt, you can hold the B or Y button while releasing the charging handle to manually lock the bolt. Gun attachment installation has been optimized. It's going to be easier to see where you can place an attachment. When you pick up an attachment, you should see a hologram on the gun itself. Lots and lots of new firearms added. We have the G37, the assault rifle, the A3, another G3 variant, lots of G3 variants I'm going to go through. The HK91, the AK4, the Spur, the PRS, the HK51, the HK51K, and the HK51 Ace. These are all G3 7.62x51 guns. One of my favorite guns out there, because I love shooting 7.62 rounds, so that's a lot of G3s added into the game. The PSG has been added. It's a 7.62 designated marksman rifle. Very cool. We have new attachments also. The Falcon Scope, which is a 1.5 to 6x for the G3 series. Lots of attachments for the G3, like the Rail BT3, the Rail High Lever, there's the Rail Fab. We have new mags available for the G3. We got a 10 rounder, a 20 rounder, a 30 rounder. There's a 50 round drum, both in black and olive. The PSG-1 scope rail and the Taco Scope 6 to 42x for the PSG-1. They did remove one of the G3s. It was the old model that existed, the SG-1. It's been replaced with all the other ones we talked about just prior. There's new characters and bosses added. There's the initial 2 female characters added. They use the word initial, which implies they're going to add more. They look great. I love them. I'm going to be rocking the blondie with the short hair and the scar and the teardrop tattoo. She's hot, let's be real. Like, it looks good. 3 new bosses have been introduced. I've heard that one boss might be hanging around the new map resort near the bank point of interest, but you'll have to go and explore all the maps and find out where those new bosses are and what you might be able to get from them. The total mission count has increased from 96, as it was prior to the wipe, to 150. That is a 33% increase. They've also made some adjustments to old ones. There are new photo missions, which is you're going to use a special device to photograph specific targets, which is very cool addition inside VR. So you can imagine taking a camera in. Placement missions, locate a delivery spot in the scene and place specific mission items there. So we're going to see some of those. And specific equipment kills. These tasks exist within Tarkov, and it's nice to see them here. These are things like eliminate targets using specific equipment or clothing combinations. Let's move on to the medical items and statues. Statues? Statuses? What is statuses? Is that actually a word? So there's new statuses, the deep wound. This causes continuous loss of health and hydration while active. It can be permanently removed with advanced bandages or a suture device. Medical item adjustments. Suture devices now heal bleeding and deep wound statuses. Repairing a limb with it reduces the limb's maximum health now, just like it does in Tarkov. You'll notice if you take a MelKi to the different suture devices, there are 3 different ones now. There's a level 1, it's got 2 uses with an 8-second use time and reduces the current max health by 50%. The level 2 one has 3 uses, takes 7 seconds to use, so it's faster, and max health reduced by 25% instead of 50%. The level 3 has 6 uses. It has a 6-second use time, even shorter, and reduces current max health by 10%. So there is a huge benefit to rocking the higher level syringes, both in keeping your limbs healthy after they're blacked and just overall being to repair them faster. You're also going to see the durability, the use, how many uses a suture device has by the new lights, the green bars on the top of it. You're going to see the same thing with healing syringes. Durability is going to be shown as a green progress bar in the syringe. Painkillers now deduct hydration when used. This is how it works in Tarkov. And pill count reflects on the durability stat if you take the MelKi device to it. And you'll see different hydration debuff effects between the different types of painkillers. More on that later. Special syringes. These are going to be the different colored thin white syringes. The quality has been adjusted, so keep an eye out for those. They have been slightly changed, and I've noticed their descriptions are a lot clearer now on what the different syringes do. These are the purple ones, the light blue ones, the red ones, the orange ones, the green ones. So they should be used more frequently because of their buff. There's new bandages to deal with some of the mechanics we talked about. The gauze is the old bandage. It heals regular bleeding. There's a bandage that heals bleeding on the deep wounds, but is bulky in the bag. And there's the advanced bandage, which heals bleeding and deep wounds efficiently. The new painkillers, there's level 1, 2, and 3. Respectively, level 1, 3 uses, 120 seconds duration of pain debuff, minus 0.2 hydration per second over 90 seconds. Hydration reduction level 2 has 6 uses, same duration, same dehydration, but for less time, 60 seconds instead of 90. So it drops your hydration by 12 points on those ones. And the level 3, 6 uses, 180 seconds. It lasts a whole minute longer and a lot less dehydration, only 6 points over 60 seconds. Item distribution adjustments. There are new items that exist in the game. These are 30 new miscellaneous items that you can find that may have uses in either hideout upgrade items that are necessary or task items, as well as just being sellables. There's 10 new valuable items. They've basically reworked all the item spawns. What can spawn in certain boxes have changed, what spawns where. The position of boxes and loot throughout all the maps have been changed. So going and re-exploring and rebuilding a map in your mind of where things are is going to be important and fun to do. There's new scav drops. What I mean by this is scavs can now sometimes have backpacks, and in those backpacks can be loose items. Scavs are now another source of lootable containers, essentially. That is everything on the patch notes. There are still things that I'm finding that aren't listed here as I'm playing, so so many things have been added and improved of the game. Of course, with a new massive large patch, I'm sure we're going to find new bugs. So if you care about the game, be open about the bugs. Let the devs know. And they, at least in my experience, have been very open to criticism and bug reports and have been quick at squashing them. If you did enjoy or found this useful, subscribing, liking, commenting is just a huge thanks to me. So I appreciate you. If you want to see full raid videos where you can learn how to be a better, what did I just do right there? I think I just said a slur. If you want to be a better contractor and extract with more loot, these videos are for you. I am live Sunday through Tuesday, as well as Thursday from 6:30 p.m. Eastern to 10:30 p.m. Come on by to the Twitch channel if you want to interact with me live and watch some live raids with some great people. I'll see you there, and I will see you in the next raid video.